there, thanks for joining me today. Today we're going to be discussing the differences between microorganisms. So obviously in the recent times we've been subjected to viruses, so I just wanted to kind of break down what microorganisms are, what the different types are, and kind of what products we have to offer in terms of breaking down different kinds of microorganisms. And I think it's really important to, as a health practitioner, as a catering provider, as a food service operative, as a hotelier, as a bar owner, manager, operative, that you have a basic understanding of what microorganisms are and how they present themselves. So microorganisms are often referred to as pathogens, bacteria, viruses, and fungi, and a few of them are harmful to our health. So as I said, many people have got a vague understanding, so today I'm going to try and break down each one and kind of bring each one to life for you. So pathogens, so what are pathogens? Our bodies are naturally full of microbes, and these microbes only cause a problem if our immune systems are weakened or if they manage to enter a sterile part of our bodies. So pathogens are different and they can cause disease upon entering the body, and all that is required for the pathogen to survive and to thrive is a host, i.e. a person or an animal. So pathogens can be transmitted in a few waves depending on the type, and they can be spread through skin contact, which we know, bodily fluids, airborne particles, so through our breath, and contact with feces or touching a shared surface. So we have kind of learned all about that with trying to kind of evade the SARS-CoV-2 virus or COVID, with not touching shared surfaces and not kind of sharing our airspace and maintaining social distancing. So the virus that we are dealing with is a pathogen. So there are different types of pathogens, but we're going to focus on the four most common types. So viruses, bacteria, fungi, and parasites. So now let's start with the most obvious one, viruses. So we're all very well aware of what a virus is and what kind of the form that it takes and how it can really kind of take hold of our community, the population, and really make everything grind to a standstill. But for educational purposes, a virus is a piece of genetic code, so a piece of DNA or RNA, and it's protected by a coating of protein. So once infected, the virus then evades the immune system and uses the components of our body to replicate itself within the cell that it's invaded. So after the replication cycle is complete, the virus then exits that cell, infects other cells, and in doing that it then damages or destroys the original cell. So it's very clever. Viruses can remain dominant or dormant for a long time, and then they can multiply again. So in reality, this looks like the person has recovered from the virus and then they get sick again, but that's just a dormant virus. So we know that antibiotics can't kill viruses, and they are therefore ineffective, but antiviral medicines can sometimes be used depending on the virus. So that's viruses. Bacteria. So what are bacteria? Bacteria are very diverse and they take all kind of shapes and sizes, and they're just about able to live in just about any kind of environment, whether it be inside our bodies or outside our bodies or all around us. So bacteria are microorganisms and they're made of a single cell. Not all bacteria cause infections, but those that do cause infections are called pathogenic viruses. So if your immune system has become compromised by a virus, you will probably be more prone to pick up a bacterial infection, and the disease state caused by a virus enables normally harmless bacteria to become pathogenic. Antibiotics are used to treat bacterial infections. Some strains of bacteria have become resistant to antibiotics, making them difficult to treat. This can happen naturally, or it can happen due to an overuse of antibiotics, and that's kind of a WHO claim. So that's bacteria. Fungi or fungus. So fungus, fungal infections happen when fungi overgrow, and there are loads and loads of species of fungus. Only about 300 or so are known to make humans sick. Fungi can be found in just about any kind of environment, including indoors and outdoors and on human skin. So an example of human skin fungal infection would be a fungal nail infection or an athlete's foot. So fungi, because of the way that they are constructed, they contain a nucleus and other components that are protected by a membrane and a thick cell wall, so they're really robustly made. The structure can make them harder to kill. So yeah, getting rid of a fungal infection, you have to be very, very persistent with treatment. So finally, parasites. Parasites are organisms that behave like tiny animals, I suppose, living on or feeding from the host and at the expense of the host. They are very common in kind of tropical and subtropical regions, but they can occur anywhere. And there are three main parasites that cause diseases in humans. And they are the single-celled organisms that can live and multiply in our body, protozoa. And then there are larger kind of multi-celled organisms that can live inside or outside our body, more commonly known as worms, or parasite. And then there are multi-celled organisms that live and feed off your skin, which would include some insects such as ticks and mosquitoes. They can be spread through several ways, including through contaminated soil, water, food, etc., insect bites, etc. So now that we know about the four kinds of microorganisms, or the four most commonly typed of microorganisms, which are pathogens, so that would be viruses, bacteria, fungi and parasites. What can we do to help you with that? So obviously wash your hands all day long. I'm a serial hand washer. Make sure that you're using a good quality soap. If you're working in a catering environment, it would need to be bactericidal or antimicrobial soap, which we both do sell here, and I'll link them in the comments. So we're linking the Gojo antimicrobial soap and the bactericidal soap, so the So Sterile soap that we sell here. You could also use, if you're kind of out and about, this Salvasan. I don't know if you can see it, Salvasan. The window's creating a glare. Salvasan, which kills most harmful germs, most pathogens, most microorganisms. It's a naturally occurring product. It's hypochlorous acid, which is naturally occurring in our body, so it's entirely compostable. It kind of just becomes its raw ingredients again. It's very kind to your hands, so I'm holding up the hand sanitizer here, which is my personal preference, so it doesn't dry my skin out. We've also sell a 750ml trigger. We sell the 5 litres, which can be put through accredited fogging machines, which kill viruses, all pathogens. So now that we know about pathogens, all pathogens in kind of one go with the fog. The fog is entirely safe for humans and animals and children. So yes, good product that. Or you could use this one if you're more wedded to alcohol hand sanitizers. This is an accredited alcohol hand sanitizer. 73% alcohol, carries all the accreditations, BSEM 1500, BSEM 1276, BSEM 14476. So by carries, I mean has been tested and has passed. So they carry these. In terms of surfaces, I've just brought three products in to kind of show you today. Obviously we've got the Salvasan, which is in the hand sanitizer, but also comes in the 750ml trigger spray. Here I've got spray and wipe with bleach. Bleach is always a good one. Bleach is good to, because bleach is so heavily caustic This product is actually BSM 1276, so will kill all bacteria on a hard surface. This is Hygiene Extreme. This is a virucidal, bactericidal hard surface cleaner. So it will kill all viruses and bacteria to 99.999%. It carries the accreditation BSEN 1276 and BSEN 14476. So killing kind of all viruses, all bacteria is really good for all of that sort of stuff. Then we've got this one, the kitchen cleaner. This is a food safe sanitizer. Great for kitchen worktops, entirely fragrance free, so won't taint your food. Is BSEN 1276. All of these products work in 30 seconds, so we're not spraying them on and then hanging around for ages in terms of waiting for our chemical to work. These chemicals are accredited, they're proven to work, they work in 30 seconds, so will help you to keep yourself, your family, your customers and everybody safe. If you could please share this video. If you share this video, I will pick a winner at random and they will receive these, so the Hygiene Extreme and the Salvasan hand sanitizer, both great products. Once you've used these, you won't go back. So please do share this video on Facebook, share this video on Instagram, follow us on Facebook, follow us on Instagram, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and if you want to be added to our mailing list, just pop a note in the comments below or send us a DM, or just give us a phone and we'll add you to our mailing list. Thanks so much. Bye now.